What's going on, guys? I'm Josh.
I'm Samantha.
And we're the Collecting Couple. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most underrated Funko Pop sets.
Let's get started.
Welcome back to another video, guys. Before we get into talking about these super underrated pops, make sure you leave us a like down below and hit subscribe and the notification bell so you are notified to our most recent content. But we're going to be talking about Into the Spiderverse set today. I feel like not only the most underrated, or one of the most underrated pop sets, but maybe an underrated movie, I would say. You feel that way?
I think it's a very underrated movie. I think a lot of people don't realize that this is like one of the best Spider-Man movies.
Yep, I'd say it's my number 2 favorite.
Probably, yeah, number 2 or 3. But I think, honestly, that also, people just didn't give it a shot because Sony had full reign of this movie, so.
It's really good. So it's on Netflix if you haven't checked it out, or it used to be on Netflix. But you definitely should check out Into the Spiderverse. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of these pops. Now, we don't have the full set of these. We'll show the back off here just real quick. So this set has Miles Morales in his regular black suit, Miles Morales in his like costume, Peter Parker, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man Noir, Prowler, and Green Goblin. Now we are missing that common Spider-Man Noir, as well as there's one other one we're missing. Oh, there's a Foot Locker exclusive Miles Morales. We're missing that, so we are missing a couple, but we want to show this set off. So let's go ahead and start cracking these out of the box. Here's Miles Morales out of the box. Number 402 in the Marvel line. I really like the colors of this suit. In particular, I like the black and the red instead of the blue and the red. You don't care?
I like the fact that this was the one he like spray painted.
Yeah, he's got the logo.
So his logo's kind of spray painted. I do like that. I like that he kind of made it his own style in the movie too. And I do like the black and the red. I think it makes the red stand out a little bit more.
I like the leaping pose. He's got this little base on. It took me a hot second to get on. But that one's really cool. I think, like Samantha said, it's neat. In the movie, he takes one of Spider-Man's old suits and spray paints kind of his style on it, so it looks really cool. But as for this Miles Morales, he is in his Spider-Man costume, so don't want to spoil what happens in the beginning of the movie in case you haven't seen it, but he buys this Spider-Man costume towards the beginning of the movie for a certain reason, not going to say why, but I really like the way that the mask on this kind of looks comic booky. It kind of matches the way it looks in the movie, which if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm saying. But, I mean, what do you think of that?
I think it's fine. I do think the cape is funny because there's a little quick thing about capes in there, a little joke about it. But overall, I mean, I think this one's okay. I think I don't really know if it was like a needed one or not. I mean, I guess it is kind of cool to see because it's kind of like both, like I guess his transition with the mask.
That's true.
But I don't know if it was necessarily a need or if they should have done like a different version of this character. I don't really know.
So you're saying it wasn't a need, but it was a want?
I guess.
For Funko or for us?
I guess it was probably for Funko and then you wanted it. So I guess it was technically a want.
But then, so the next Spider-Man, so of course if you haven't seen the movie, it's called Into the Spiderverse, so it deals with the multiverse, different universes. So there are different spider people, if you haven't noticed that kind of yet. But next we have the classic Peter Parker.
This is the Peter Parker from a different universe.
It is.
Like you were saying, the multiverse. So this is an old version of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I do like this pop. I think it's really neat. However, if they were to be like with the movie, I think they should have done like a Fat Thor kind of theme with them.
Yeah.
But I do like this pose, classic Spider-Man look. I mean, it's Spider-Man. It's kind of similar to this pose, actually.
It is pretty similar. This one looks like he's supposed to be like stuck to the side of a wall, maybe?
Yeah,
maybe. That's what it's supposed to be. But this is Peter B. Parker in the movie. If you've seen the movie, you know the B is because he's a different Peter Parker. There's a different Peter Parker in the movie. Again, I'm not going to spoil that if you haven't seen the movie because you should see it, even though it is a year and a half old, I guess, now. But you definitely should see it. And I think this one's really cool. It's not my favorite one. It took me a while to find this pop, actually. Where did we find this pop? I don't even remember.
I don't know. Probably Target or something.
I never saw it in an actual store, I don't think, for the longest time. A lot of these were hard to find, I feel like, but they're not really worth a lot.
I really enjoy Spider-Gwen. I personally like Spider-Gwen because she's just a strong female character. She has her own backstory that's pretty cool. She kind of avenges Peter Parker kind of thing.
That is, I forgot about that actually, but this is for Spider-Man from another universe where Gwen Stacy is actually the one who gets bit by the spider. And like Samantha said, she's kind of got her own, one part of the movie that they all mentioned is they all have like their Uncle Ben kind of moment. So Spider-Gwen kind of has her own unique, I feel like, Uncle Ben moments. That is not Uncle Ben in particular.
But the reason why I like her is probably because I never really knew about her until the movie. And that's why I like this movie so much, is because I'm not a comic book reader. I can't do comic books. It's just not my type of style of writing. And so this movie kind of took exactly what a comic book has in it and put it directly,
literally,
and translated it like directly to movie. And so it was kind of eye-opening to see kind of all this play out.
So I like Spider-Gwen a lot. I think they should have done a version with her mask on. There is a pop that already exists of that's not from this line, so maybe that's why they didn't do it. But let's go to one of my favorite pops from this one, and it's the Prowler. I really like the purple that is on this one. That's why it's one of my favorites. When I was a kid, purple was like my favorite color. I don't know why. That's why I always liked Zurg from Toy Story 2, because he was purple. So this was one of the first pops we got from this line, I'm pretty sure, because he is purple. He's really cool in the movie too. He's kind of scary, I guess. Samantha gets scared by a couple of scenes of the Prowler.
I get scared by a couple of scenes by the Prowler, but I'm also like just a big scaredy cat, so that could just be me. But I don't like anything kind of scary, and like the worst part is that the music gets really loud and the noises get really loud, and that's just like the thing that I can't
There
do.
also is a pretty cool plot twist with him. If you are not familiar with the comics like Samantha was, I knew it, but after we saw the movie, Samantha said she didn't see it coming at all. So there's a cool twist with him if you haven't seen the comics. Again, definitely go check this out. But let's go on to number 408, the Green Goblin.
This is a character that's also a villain type person in this movie, so it is Green Goblin. I'm gonna hold him from his tail because I don't know where we got this from. I don't know if it was from a trade, I can't remember, or from Target, but there's something sticky on his head.
It's kind of gross.
It's really gross, so we're just gonna set him right there. But, oh gosh, he's not gonna stand up. There we go. He's a cool character. His pop is very unique. His sculpt is very unique. He's not really in the movie too much.
He's like at the very beginning.
Yeah, and we have the regular version. There is a 10-inch version of this that has kind of like the more square big box. We did not get that one. Josh did contemplate getting that one from Target, but we never got it because it's just so big and it wouldn't really fit anywhere in our collection. Pretty cool pop. What do you think?
The 10-inch makes more sense with what's in the movie. In the movie, he's humongous in the movie, so I get why they make a 10-inch. The 10-inch that actually makes sense in this case. But again, it doesn't fit in our collection. So this pop's fine with me. I think it looks really cool. It is a different kind of Green Goblin than I'm used to. He's more of like a monster in this than like some of the movies where he's just a person. So I think this one's pretty cool. So these are the only two villains they have in the line. I think they could have stood to make a Kingpin. If you haven't seen even the trailers, Kingpin is the main villain of the movie. Yeah, he's the main villain.
They could have even made a Doc Ock.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yep, so they could have made more villains from this, but these are the two we have. Let's get into some of the exclusives. So our last three are exclusives. These two were actually our first pops, the Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham. Both of these are Walgreens exclusives. Now, we did not get these at the same time. The Spider-Man Noir, what makes him exclusive from the original one is the original has his hat, which is kind of why I want to get it, the common, because he's got the hat. This one he doesn't, and I think he has a different pose as well. But Spider-Man Noir is from an alternate universe where everything is basically like 1930s, kind of. So this one's really cool. He's actually voiced by Nicolas Cage in the movie. It's kind of weird. If you see it, it makes sense, and it kind of works pretty well. He's really funny, I feel like. You like him?
Yeah, he's funny. I think it is kind of, I like his character. I think it has more funny moments because the movie takes place in a more modern time.
Yeah.
So I think it does have more funny moments with him because he's like this old-fashioned,
like the
old
Rubik's
dude.
Cube?
Yeah, like the Rubik's Cube.
He can't see in color, so Miles Morales has a Rubik's Cube and he doesn't understand it because he just sees black and white.
So it's a cool pop. I do think I would like to have the common though because of the hat. I do like him with the hat. So
this one's probably Samantha's favorite though, Spider-Ham. Now this one was kind of tricky to find when he came out. So he is a Walgreens exclusive, like I mentioned. We saw him one day. This was before we decided to get the line, and we left him at Walgreens. And then we saw the movie, and then we decided to go for the line because it is a really good movie. And then we couldn't find him, but I swore he was still in the store. So I remember we walked around the store, and I was not going to leave without this pop. And sure enough, someone hid the last Spider-Ham behind the baby diapers at a store. I saw it behind a shelf, and so we found Spider-Ham. Now I think this one might be one of the more valuable ones from the set. He's maybe $20, maybe, if that. But he is really cool. He is from a universe where Spider-Man is a pig. So his name is Peter Porker. That is real. That is not fake. Sounds like it would be fake, but this one's really cool. One of my favorites just because it's so unique. You like him?
Yes, so I have a thing. I love pigs. All things pigs I love. I love mini pigs. I really want a mini pig, but Josh won't let me have one for a pet. So I like this. It's really cute. He's really cute in the movie. Very comical character in the movie for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, cute. And he's also got his little tail back here.
He's got some Funko butt. So that's those two. Those are Walgreens exclusive. Let's go to our most recent pickup within the last few months and also an exclusive. So we have the Miles Morales PX Previews exclusive. We got this one out of a mystery box from a local Comic Con that we went to. So this is Miles Morales in his hoodie. So it's right after he spray paints this suit and he's got his hoodie on and he kind of does his, I don't know, it's not really his first attempt at web slinging, but I guess it's like a climactic moment in the movie. I don't really know how to describe it.
I guess it would be his first big attempt over buildings and stuff.
Yeah, it's towards the end of the movie and it's really cool. I always thought these were the exact same pop pose, but turns out they're actually not. They're actually different enough.
Their bottom half is the same, but their top half is different.
This one kind of looks like he's more free flow jumping than this one. And actually in that one, I think he's spinning a web. This one he's not. So I never realized that those were actually different pops. So I think this is a pretty cool set overall. Do you like it?
Double thumbs up.
I agree. So we are still missing a couple pops from this, like we said. Let us know down in the comments, do you have this set and have you seen the movie? Again, really think you should. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is because we own the movie, so we just pop it in whenever we want to watch it. But it is really good, especially if you're a Spider-Man fan. Even if you're not, it's still worth checking out. It is getting a sequel, Spider-Verse 2 in 2022, I think, so it's still got a while. I wonder if these pops will go up in value when that new movie comes out.
They might.
I have no idea. But let us know down in the comments what you think about this. Make sure you leave a like before you get out of here. And we will see you in tomorrow's video. That's going to do it for today. But before we leave, always remember, never stop collecting.